thank you, Madam Mayor, very much. And can we hear, you have a great mayor. Can we hear it from Mayor McCarthy? What a great mayor. Now, Waltham is a very important historic location. It is the place where the Industrial Revolution began. It is the place where Francis Cabot Lowell and James Moody, right along the Charles River, built the first industrial plant. It's the first building where cloth was put together in the very same building. Now, when the Industrial Revolution began, there were 280 parts per million of carbon dioxide going up into the atmosphere from the Earth. Today, 200 years later, into the Industrial Revolution, it is 380 parts per million, which is like a blanket across the sky, keeping in the heat and making the planet warmer and warmer. Now, if we don't do something soon about that, then it will go up to 480 parts per million, putting a second blanket up there, keeping the heat in and making the planet warmer and warmer. Melting the ice cap in the Arctic and the Antarctic, doing terrible things to the Amazon, having the oceans rise. And so it is altogether appropriate that it was here in Waltham that the first public school in Massachusetts was certified as a lead, as the cutting edge in energy efficiency and renewable energy for the public schools of Massachusetts and really for the whole country. And so it's a real tribute to Waltham that they once again, in this new green revolution, replacing the Industrial Revolution, has taken the lead once again. Now today, we have with us an historic figure. First of all, she is the first woman to ever be the Speaker of the United States Congress. Now, Tip O'Neill, he was the Speaker of the House, and he was Irish, so he was green as well. But this is really the most green Speaker we've ever had, because she is a real environmentalist. And in the same way that we have Fenway Park with a green monster, what you've now done out here at the Stanley School is you've turned it into a green monster as well, that is fighting pollution and reducing the amount of energy which we consume. And this year in Congress, the Speaker, in the first year that she was Speaker in 2007, led to the passage of the most important energy bill that we have ever passed in the United States Congress. And it's going to dramatically reduce, that is by 25%, all of our greenhouse gases by the year 2030. And in 2008, she is committed to having a system where the United States will be the lead globally in reducing by 80% the amount of greenhouse gases that we emit from our country. So this is a real honor for Waltham. It's a real honor for me. So please give the warmest welcome possible to the great Speaker of the United States Congress, Nancy Pelosi.
Good morning. I love hearing the children say good morning back. It brings back many memories. Good morning, kids. Good morning. It's an honor to be here with you. Once again, children are leading the way. And how they talk to their parents about the future in terms of conservation, and in their school with this magnificent example at Stanley School. How proud you must all be. I'm so very honored to be with you today in Waltham, Madam Mayor. Thank you for your warm welcome. Thank you for your tremendous leadership. and to all of the members of the official family of this area and of the state, thank you for your leadership. And thank you for showing up to show your support for the leadership that Stanley School is demonstrating, and the superintendent for what the schools in this area are doing. It is a very special occasion for me. I love, when I passed by Brandeis University, I was remembering a few years ago when I got an honorary degree from Brandeis University, and they bragged about what was going on in the area here and bragged about all of you. When I became speaker, I want to just speak to the children for a bit. When I became the speaker, I said to the children who were in the audience, I want you to come up here and be with me because I accept this gavel as speaker on behalf of the children. And I called the House to order for all of the children of America. And a very important issue for children that relates to their health and their education and the jobs of their parents is the issue of energy independence and global warming that we're gathered to talk about here today. I said this is going to be our flagship issue because it represents how we present to the children our work for them, how we preserve this planet to make it healthier for the children. And that's a big sweeping mission and vision, but it happens one school, one town at a time, and one state at a time. And I want to congratulate Massachusetts for its leadership. Congratulations to you, Commissioner, for what you have done in the recent legislation. Massachusetts is leading the way. Ed Markey talked about the legislation we passed that helps stop global warming. But let me just say here, and one important part of that was about auto emissions and what cars do to the environment. One important part of that legislation, in fact the most important part, was the what we call the CAFE standards to reduce emissions. No one in the Congress has done more to fight that fight and win that victory than Ed Markey. Thank you, Ed Markey, for your Secretary Bowles was reminding me before I came in here that we first had communication between each other at the Rio Earth Summit. I think he was a high school student at the time. It was 1992. But bringing his commitment to the future, to Secretary Bowles is bringing to the government of the state of Massachusetts. Congratulations to you and to the governor and to the legislature and senators and representatives who are here. Thank you for that breakthrough legislation. And thank you, Nikki Tsongas, for your leadership. Our newest member of Congress, in fact, among the newest, and we had an election Saturday, so she will no longer be the newest, but she came right in and right from the start was fighting for this issue. She was fighting for the children. So kids, this is about you. It's about your future. When the rest of us are long gone, you will be thriving and growing, and it'll be about your health, the air you breathe, the water you drink. It's about this environment. It will be about the jobs that you have, this new green revolution that Ed Markey talked about. It will be about the security of America, because we're no longer dependent on foreign oil, so we are more secure ourselves. And if you believe, as do I, that this is God's creation, and we have a moral responsibility to protect it, then we have an economic, an environmental, a national security, as well as a moral responsibility to do so. But if we don't, we will be dishonoring our commitment to our children, dishonoring the mission that we have set upon. That's why, as I say, when I became Speaker, I said this is the most important issue. If we don't act now, if we don't act with vision, if we don't act with great intellect and science, if we don't act honoring our moral responsibility, how can we face our kids? So you know what, kids, when I did this, you know, in order to convince people how serious you are, you have to put your own house in order.